All right, y'all, check this out. Oshay dropped a video talking about the NOI today, sneak dissing Kevin Samuels. Let me see if I got that right. On Facebook. Okay? I don't know if you know that, but there are literally hundreds of NOI Facebook pages. Hundreds. He did not put the link here so we could go and see and verify what he said. So let's just go through his video and see how much accuracy we got here, because I don't mind you being accurate, but when you're inaccurate, that's where the problem's gonna come in. So let's go through the video together.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I received this post from the Nation of Islam, and I do have,
like I said, there's hundreds of Facebook pages called the Nation of Islam. So he never told us which one. I wish he would have put it in the description so we could have chased it down to see how accurate it was, if it was a dummy page, if it was somebody playing games. We can't see that, right? We can't verify anything that he's saying. Okay.
some respect for what the Nation of Islam teaches as a whole. I don't believe in the actual theology of the Nation of Islam, and I will not get into why that is.
But that's no problem. We don't expect you to. No problem.
Nor do I believe in, like, the 5% nation or anything like that. But I do respect both groups. I respect the infrastructure in which they teach. It's very similar to the Booker T. Washington method that blacks should do for self. Blacks should run their stuff and things like that. But they made an interesting post about Kevin Samuels.
No, Booker T. Washington is much like the nation.
Samuels, and comparing him to the Honorable Shahrazad Ali.
Okay, Shahrazad Ali is doing her own thing, so she is not connected to the Minister Farrakhan. We're talking about the believers that follow the eldership of Brother Minister Farrakhan. Shahrazad Ali does not follow that teaching and does not follow that. So there's a separation right there. Okay? She does her own thing, like she said. You know what I'm saying? She does what she wants to do. And, although she does preach some good things about black women coming, being out there, she does preach some good things, but she is not connected to Minister Farrakhan in any way other than being a follower of the path of Islam. Okay?
And she wrote a book called The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Now, many of you guys in the black community understand the hatred that Shahrazad Ali received then, still receives to this day. Yes. I believe Brother Medical Tourism Reviews got an interview with her. But this is the post that they put out about 18 hours ago.
Who's the they? It says Nation of Islam, right? Doesn't give us, he doesn't give us the link or anything, right? If you go search up Facebook pages, Nation of Islam, you'll find hundreds of pages. We don't know if this is a dummy page. Somebody made this up to give it to him, to gaslight him to do what he's doing now. We don't know. We can't verify anything. Okay? All right.
Hey, music! Before there was Kevin Samuels, there was Sister Shahrazad Ali. She wrote a book entitled The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. This book was ultra critical of black women and highlighted the pathology of the black female's inability to cope with accountability and their false expectations of reality.
First of all, why would the nation send him a text? Why would the nation send him anything? Think about that for just a minute. Why would the nation send him anything?
Which ultimately stemmed from some type of trauma that is being ignored. The only difference between her and Kevin Samuels was maybe their delivery, but more importantly, the fact she was a female. Stop the show. That's different. That's true. I'll agree there. Because she wasn't as hated as he was because he's a man. I will agree there. But here's where I disagree. She wasn't received well by black women, but she wasn't ostracized like Samuels because she never belittled our women or made them feel worthless. So let me kind of talk about the belittling black women and making them feel worthless. You know, in the Nation of Islam.
Shahrazad never has told nobody they was gonna die alone. She never told nobody they were average at best. Come on, bruh. Come on with it. We telling the truth, right? She never played no She never asked women how much they weighed. She never asked women what was the last time, how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself? And then after they gave an answer, played the music. Come on, Oshay. Come on with it.
Islam and the black church, I mean, they definitely have good things about them. But what does
Have you heard about this education
your women? If you want to talk about over 35 and saying some of those things as titles in videos, I can understand that. But what is Kevin Samuels saying? Okay, since it's belittling black women, let's really go into it. If you're a 35-year-old woman, you have 2 kids, you're 5'2", and you're 220 pounds, and you have 2 different baby daddies, and you desire a man to come in who is 6'2", muscular, makes $300,000 a year. He's gonna come in and take care of your kids and buy a house and then wait for a year to have sex until he gets married. That is not belittling anybody who thinks like that. And it just goes to understand that
wait a minute, so we gonna say that telling somebody that they average at best, playing the telling somebody to get off my effing phone, saying you gonna die alone, get a dog or a cat, you gonna die alone. I guess we're gonna disagree that those things were disrespectful to the people that was said to. Because I guarantee, Mr. O.J. Jackson, if some woman got up here and said you gonna die alone and you gonna have these issues, you would take offense to it. Get a dog, you gonna die alone. If I was to get up here and say, O'Shea, you a high value man, but you don't have no heirs. So you just working for Uncle Sam. You're gonna give this money to Uncle Sam. All that high value you doing, you just giving it to Uncle Sam. All you high value guys with no heirs. You just biding your time messing around with different women until you give it all away to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam gonna be waiting for you. Come on, be a high value man. Come on in. Come on, be high value. We know you don't want to have sex with none of these. We know you don't want to have no heirs. You just want to go around having casual sex. Go on and do it. And even if you get heirs, we know you guys don't use trusts and wills. So come on. We're going to get 40% of your inheritance. Whatever you leave behind to anybody, we're going to probate it out and we're going to get 40% of it. Plus the probate fees. But I think you would have a problem with that if there was a female pushing that issue. Anyway.
Nation of Islam Facebook page, whoever's running it, is quite ignorant of Kevin Samuels' true content.
Finally got it. 7 of Nation of Islam. Okay.
His stuff, some of it may have been entertaining. It was not to belittle black women because he has a lot of black women fans. It is to let delusional people know the same thing that Shahrazad Ali said is, you are delusional and you can blame it all on, black women are being ignored. Okay, that's the thing that the Nation of Islam does. But Nation of Islam doesn't hold women accountable so much so.
Wait a minute. What do you mean Nation of Islam don't hold women accountable? What about Sister Tarnetta? What about Sister Ava? What about Sister Donna Farrakhan? What about all these women that that was teaching on women's behavior and women's postulation and women's places and how women should handle certain situations? Never heard of Sister Tynetta? Never heard of Sister Ava? Never heard of Sister Donna? See, sometimes, man, we out here talking. We don't know what the F we talking about. I would be with you if you was telling the truth. But you talking to somebody, I've been sitting right there when Sister Tynetta was teaching. I've been sitting right there when Sister Ava was teaching. I've been sitting right there when Sister Donna was teaching. Going in on, I've been there when Minister Farrakhan's been teaching. You want to go back? Really back? I've been sitting there I've been sitting in Compton's Mosque, Muhammad's Mosque number 54 in Compton, when Dr. Khalid was out there teaching. And he used to bring his son that changed his name because he didn't want to be associated with Brother Khalid no more. But I remember when his son was a little boy, he used to bring his son into the mosque. So you ain't talking to somebody that don't know what they talking about. You don't know. You talking to somebody who I was there. I was there. So a lot of what you're saying the nation don't hold. Yeah, sometimes we talking about stuff we don't know nothing about. Brother Farrakhan has always he'll hold them responsible, but what looks like to you is holding them accountable means that we got to belittle them. So if you don't see us belittling them, you don't see us belittling our sisters, then we're not holding them accountable. Right? We hold them accountable. We just don't feel like we got to tear them down to hold them accountable. Maybe you do. And if we do got to break them down a little bit, at least we break them down with the truth and we break them down with love. We don't break them down with just vitriol or just like, oh, whatever. We don't hit them with a brick, right? To break them down. We don't need to hit them with bricks to break them down. We hit them with a word to break them down, a kind word to break them down. Some love. But I understand Kevin ain't got time to love, black women. He ain't got time to love all black women, no matter how delusional they are. You ain't got time to do that, right? This is a business for you. This ain't got nothing to do with your faith. This is a business for you. So we understand it. So don't look at us like, because we don't look at it like a business. You look at it like a business and you operate it like a business, meaning that these people ain't worth nothing but clicks and views for you. They worth way more than that to us. Because we understand what God's plan was for them. And it's bigger than clicks and views and subscribers. Anyway, let's continue moving on.
Everything that the black woman does, if it's wrong, is because she was ignored. Well, in the black community, black women ain't ignored for nothing. Black men.
Well, let me say that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, for every bad black woman, there's a black man that made her that way. There's a black man out there that made her that way. Go read the message to the message to the black man. Go read that book. You see what I'm talking about. Every black woman out there that's crazy and doing all kind of crazy stuff, he said there's a black man out there that made her that way. But like I said, it's a business for y'all. So this is just business for y'all. Y'all can spit in these people, spit on them all day, because it's just business. It ain't personal. It ain't family. We ain't family to y'all. So I get it. Y'all look at it a whole different way.
Men are ignored. And see, we got to get out of this kind of simpleton talk. And this is why a lot of black men, when you want to come to organizations, and I do believe that you should protect your women and that you should build.
Wait a minute, bro. How can you go? Now you talking out of the other side of your throat. It's okay to belittle them on one end, but you believe in protecting them. Which one is it? See, these dudes, they contradict themselves, and then they say, I'm walking in a straight line. No, you're not. You're talking in a circle. Anyway, let's get it.
Up here, women, I am a believer that I have women that work for me. My studio is managed by a woman, not a man. Okay?
So what? Sound like white people that say, one of my best friends is black. So what? So what? That don't mean nothing. Because your outward, your focal point is to protect your friend and not do the right thing. The right thing would be to say, hey, brother, maybe you should ease up off of that. The way you coming. Maybe you could do it another way. You have a lot of good points, but the way you deliver them is who's going to listen to you when you confront them like that. Right? You're looking for submission. Nobody's going to submit to you when you throwing dirt in their face. And you expect them to submit. Not happening in most cases. All right.
Okay. But this kind of crap talk here in these instances, I have a problem with this. I just do. And this is the reason why a lot of the pro-black community and the pan-African community, a lot of black men don't like it. Okay? Black women are not being ignored by black men. We're going to have to nip that in the bud.
They are emotionally being ignored. Black women are being emotionally ignored. If you don't want to accept that, Oshay, because you don't have no children or no wife, so you don't see it going on out there. You don't have no daughters out there that you sending out there to try to find a good black dude so that she can have a life and do something productive with herself. You ain't got nobody like that. You're a free spirit. What do you know about building a family? What do you know about sacrificing? What do you know about that? Sacrificing to make a relationship work. What do you know? Peace be to Brother Kevin, but he didn't have that much knowledge on it. If you want to be real about it, we being real? How much knowledge did he have? How much knowledge did he really have about relationships? Really? He pointed out some pretty obvious things, but he got credit for it like he came up with, a new way to slice bread. But in reality, he was saying stuff Tom Likens was saying 20 years ago. Tom Likens was saying this stuff 20 years ago. I'm not saying he stole Tom Likens' idea. Tom Likens was saying obvious stuff back then. It's just obvious. It's obvious. You got to be smart to tell a woman that if you are too big, the average guy is probably not going to be interested in that. Why? Because the competition is so great. If the competition wasn't so great, yeah, bigger women would have an easier chance at getting guys. But the competition is stiff. It's a serious problem out here for women. Women are not staying in relationships, so that means that is at any given time there's lots more women out on the marketplace. Then you got to deal with the new women coming into the marketplace, 18 and up. They just walking into the marketplace. Then you got the people that have got the mommy makeovers back re-entering the marketplace. It's a lot of competition out there. It's a lot of competition out there. These guys wasn't no geniuses to say, hey, you know what? Most guys are going to be more apt to be step to a woman that's skinny. No ish. Anyway, let's continue.
The reason why they have that situation is because they have it. If they're unaccountable, it's not because they're ignored. They're unaccountable because they're unaccountable. Deal with it as it is, okay? And if she was disliked by black women, well, why? Because anytime you tell black women something that is truthful, many of them are going to have a problem with you. But until you try to just kiss ass all the time, oh, this is going to happen for you, giving them that, you deserve to be a queen and all this other kind of stuff. All right, cool. But if your efforts are not getting...
Well, I hope you have a daughter at some point. I hope you have a daughter. And I hope you tell her exactly what you're telling us. You ain't no queen. You just a scrub. I hope you do the same thing to your daughter, your sister, your mother. I hope you do the same thing. I hope you do this. I hope you're consistent. I hope you stay consistent.
You a man and you're not listening to the man's perspective, then no man wants to join an organization that talks like that. Not the church.
Talk like what? Like trying to build women up? We're in the building business, man. We're in the construction business here in the nation. I think the church is about the same. We're in the construction business. We take broken things and try to put them back together. That's what we try to do. That's our goal, is to try and do that. You Negroes running around here in the street, all you want to see is everything put together. Okay, that's all you want to see. Okay, cool. But the rest of us, we've been broken people. So we know what brokenness looks like. We have an understanding for broken people. But y'all, people like you, elites, y'all just think, hey, I'm better than everybody. We don't have to work on fixing nobody. I'm better. I'm better than you because I got more money than you. I'm better than you because I'm able to do this or that. I'm better than you. You like the white man that ran slavery. He said, I'm better than you because I got lighter skin than you. I'm better than you. Therefore, I can sleep at night knowing you sleeping in chains. I can sleep at night. He told himself, I'm better than you. My skin is light, your skin is dark. I'm better than you. God prefers me more than you because he made my skin white and he made your skin dark. You're doing the same thing. I'm better than you because I have money. I'm like the Caucasian. I got money, so I'm better than you. Broken people we don't need to fix broken people. Let's just throw them away. You know what the Caucasian said about us back in the day? Let's do a picnic. Why? Just pick a nigga. Pick a nigga and hang him. What do we care? Which nigga it is? Who cares? Very careful with that elite thinking. Very careful.
Church, not any other religion, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. The Nation of Islam don't listen to black men, just like the black church don't listen to black men.
Okay, we don't listen to black men. If black men were so successful in their relationships, why is 70% of their children being born to women out of wedlock? Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Would you listen to a stockbroker that loses 70% of the time? Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. I don't think you listen to yourself. Why should we listen to you? You should be listening to us. We got a better program than you got, but see, the problem is we got the one thing that you as black men don't want, and that's discipline. Unless it comes from the Caucasian, that's who you want. That's who you'll listen to. Discipline. Hey, Caucasian put in the book, hey, this is how you, or put down, this is how you do this thing. This is how you this is how you make money. This is how you exalt yourself over your brothers and sisters. Oh, y'all niggas go run into that like flies to shit. But here we got a group of people trying to tell you, hey, man, let's work together on our people, man. Let's get our people together. Let's get our people in the state they should be in, and instead of the state they are in. No, why? Because Negroes like you ain't got no skin in the game. You got no daughter. You got no wife. What do you care? You ain't even got no allegiance to this country. You in a whole nother country. What do you care for all the blacks in this country? Then, quote unquote, you trying to go over there and get Ugandan women I don't know what you're trying to set up over there. I don't even want to speculate on that. I don't know what you're trying to set up over there. I don't know if that's a joke or what. I don't know what that is, so I'm not even going to speak on that. But come on, bro. Talk about what you know about, not what you think. And if you're going to tell us what you think, qualify what you're saying by saying, I think this is what the Nation of Islam is not addressing this situation. Say, I think that. Don't say it ain't happening. You look like an idiot because you're talking to I'm somebody who's been right there when those things have been addressed. Anyway, let's move on.
And we're not saying disrespect the women or, I know that some of the Hebrew.
You are saying that. See, this is the thing. You are saying that. If you saying Kevin was doing such a good job, but that's what Kevin was doing a lot of the time, being very disrespectful to the women, then that's what you're saying. You got to watch these dudes, man. They got forked tongues. What did the Native Americans say? Paleface talk out of both sides of neck. You know what I'm saying? Blackfoot talk out of both sides of neck at this point, right? Come on, Blackfoot. You're talking out of both sides of your neck at the same time.
Israelite brothers, they can go real hard, and that's not even necessary. But here's what's going to happen. Black men are just going to not say anything. And what you're going to see, okay, Black church, okay, Nation of Islam, okay, whatever else. All right, so we're just going to go over here and do this. And that's what you're seeing. Black men.
Go on and go do it. Go do it. Just like, go do it. Go do it. But when you get yourself caught up, who you going to be looking for? Somebody over here. When you get yourself caught up, you're going to be looking for some help. And if it work out for you, it work out for you. Running and gunning, it only going to last so long. Running and gunning, it only going to last you so long. At some point, you have to deal with the fact that, hey, it is what it is. At some point, you're going to have to deal with it. Either you want a good woman or you don't. Here we are out here, the church and the mosque. We trying to build good women out of broken women. We trying to build good women and build good men out of broken men. We don't even get no credit for that, right? Negroes like you, elitist Negroes like you, say if they broken, leave them broke. And then you got the nerve to call yourself a Christian or say you follow that belief. No, you don't. Because Christians in the repair business just like we are. The real Christians.
Men just going over here to the other parts of the black world. African American men with Ghanaian women. African American men with Dominican women. African American men with Afro-Latino women. It's already happening right now as we speak. Guys are getting more money. The world's become more open. Guys are like, whoa, I can work overseas or I can, visa. I know guys right now on my Kinganda channel that come to Uganda and have gotten Ugandan wives in the black diaspora, Haitian wives. Okay, fine. We don't want to argue with you. We just go do what we got to do.
Who got a problem with you getting a black woman from another part of the world? Who cares? That's up to you if you want to do that. That still don't mean you should be able to disrespect the sisters that's here, even if they do have some issues. They probably do. But how many of them are going to listen just like black men? Black men don't listen. They don't listen, most of them. That's why you're not married. That's why you're not married. That's why you have no heirs. You have no children, because you don't listen. So go ahead and work your ass off for the government, because that's all you're going to do is make all that high value and give it to the government. Right? At least 40% of it to the government. Because why? You ain't got no will because you don't need no will, right? You don't have no heirs. You don't have no wife. Who you going to leave the money to? Your uncle that don't need it, right? Your uncle. Your uncle from the West, right? Your white uncle. your brother from the East, you won't leave him nothing, right? You won't even try to help him get himself back on his feet. I think you've been around the Polish people too long, brother. You got that kind of mentality that either you're an elite or you're nothing. And it's permeated into the black community.
And a man's money and wallet is going to go with him. His potential is going to go with him to somewhere else. And then those same women are going to be crying about how you don't like, white women with black men or African women with black men. Okay, fine. So these guys won't say anything. So since everything is going to be taken out of context, then fine. Okay, cool. Now, were there some things that Kevin Samuels said that could have been taken for entertainment purposes and stuff like that? Sure. But in general, belittling ladies, belittling black women?
Now, if this man is about to say that Kevin Samuels didn't belittle with black women, I'm going to tell you like this, Oshay. If you say that next, all your credibility is out. You got about a half a second of credibility left. All your credibility is going to go out the window if you say that Kevin Samuels didn't disrespect these sisters.
I don't see that. I see their expectations being checked.
You know what this dude remind me of? Remember when they had all the cigarette companies in the 90s? They lined them up and they said, hey, did you read this survey? Did you see that they say cigarettes is cancerous? All of the big cigarette CEOs are like, I don't see that. I don't recall reading that. I don't recall seeing that. Holy smoke.
Which you don't see it coming from anybody else. The Nation of Islam are not gonna say nothing about black women.
That's another lie. So already he's lied on the Nation about 3 times already, right? Because I've been there. I've been right there when that was addressed by not only Minister Farrakhan, but it was also addressed by, actually, I've heard messages from the Elijah Muhammad who addressed it. And not only that, Sister Ava Muhammad and also Sister Tynetta Muhammad, Mother Tynetta Muhammad, and also Sister Donna Muhammad, Donna Farrakhan Muhammad. Those are just 3. I'm sure there's many other sisters that address the issue, right? They got a class for sisters on Saturday mornings called the MGT class, Muslim Girls in Training class, right? Because we're trying to get them to be women. So Elijah Muhammad called them girls in training until they classify themselves as women by their behavior and their continence. He called them girls. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me. But you out here talking about shit you don't know about, Oshay. No shade on you, brother. I don't have no issue with you. I don't have no beef with you. I just wish you wouldn't talk before you know what you're talking about.
And their unreal expectations, none of those guys will touch it because y'all want that money.
Wait a minute, what money? I know you're not talking about the Nation. The Nation ain't got no money. You ever been in a Nation of Islam meeting? You think that cup goes around a lot of times in the church? Same thing happens. The Muslims do the same thing. Why? Because we got goals. We trying to buy farmland. We trying to buy a lot of different stuff to support our people. And even when we buy this stuff, we put products out, our people won't even use them. Why? They won't. Then they'll say nobody does something. We don't want no money. Ain't nobody getting rich. This ain't Black Lives Matter. Who's buying $2 million mansions out here in the Nation of Islam? Right? Now I'm not saying we perfect. We got our share of stuff going on the inside that we need to clear up. Yeah, we do. Because we got real people in here. And sometimes they make mistakes. Sometimes they overshoot themselves. But for you to come out and say things about how we handling business internally and you don't know nothing about it, you look stupid. You look stupid, in my opinion, because I've been sitting right there. sitting right there with Sister Ava Muhammad, sitting right there with Mother Tynetta Muhammad, sitting right there with Sister Donna Farrakhan, sitting right there with Minister Farrakhan, sitting right there with Brother Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. They're sitting right there. And all of them addressing the female and issues that need to be dealt with. So you lying again, bro. You lying again. You lying, but you lying just off to make your narrative work. You ain't asked nobody. You haven't gone in and said, hey, brother, do y'all have internal meetings about addressing the sisterhood, or even external meetings? No. You just run off at the mouth. That's what makes you look stupid in this situation. Your celebrity junk, maybe it works for you, but this time you look like a fool. You need to go check what I'm saying. Sister Tynetta Muhammad, go check her resume. Sister Ava Muhammad, go check her resume. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, go check his resume. Minister Farrakhan, go see if any of these people have ever addressed women in the Nation of Islam. Go see. You even got Sister Shahrazad Ali out here. She had a book campaign that she decided to do on her own. It wasn't connected to the nation. It was just her understanding. And she decided to go out on her own and do it. Not particularly how the nation would have delivered that information, but she delivered it. We ain't even turned our back on that sister. Just saying. She walked out there on her own. Okay. Anyway, let's continue because I want to get finished.
The black church? Umar Johnson, every now and then will say something about it, but he don't want to lose his money either. But the difference is Kevin Samuels don't need your money.
Okay. Why didn't he just delete all of them million subscribers? Why didn't he just get rid of them? If he didn't need no money, how come he was driving a car that was leaking oil? If he didn't need no money, how come he didn't pay his child support come on, dog, you talking about stuff that's public information, but you saying he didn't need no money. How come he was getting kicked out of his room and house? Come on, dog, come on, man, come on. See, you put me in a position where I had to bring this up about the brother, and I was a subscriber of his. You know what I'm saying? I didn't always agree with everything he said, but I respected the brother. I still respect the brother. I didn't want to bring this kind of stuff up, but you spitting on the minister and the program that the minister's trying to put out. Now I got to bring this stuff up. I got to bring it up to show you that you capping. Not to disrespect this brother. I never wanted to disrespect him. Even though I didn't agree, I found what he was saying somewhat, some things I found he saying was true, but I'm not the kind of person that can watch black women get talked to the way he talked to them every night of the week. I couldn't do it. I would check in with him every once in a while, hoping that he kind of calmed down. But when I saw him ramp back up again, I'd leave again and be gone for 6 months or 3 months or whatever. Anyway, moving on.
The Manosphere guys don't need your money from women to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you guys too busy running from the FBI, right? Right. All of you guys are talking about how you leaving the Manosphere, right? I'm leaving the Manosphere. The Alphabet boys are here, so we leaving. Man, I'm telling you, man, Blackfoot, you talking out of both sides of your neck at the same time, man.
It has to be told the truth. Here's why black men are leaving, and since the Nation of Islam don't want to talk about it, since the black church.
Wait a minute, we talking about it. I don't know about the church because I ain't in the church like that, but the Nation, we're discussing a lot of different stuff. You come to one of our Savior's Day, one of the classes that they'll have is the singles class. They teach women how to get husbands. They teach men how to get wives, how to select. So she's talking about what you don't know about. I've been to plenty of Savior's Days. I know what I'm talking about. Whew, nothing like a ignorant person talking on a subject that they have no clue what they're talking about. And they got a big platform to misinform so many different people.
I want to talk about, here's why. If you guys want to keep beating around the bush about it, be my guest. But all you're going to do is turn more.
Now we beating around the bush. At first we wasn't even talking about it. Now we beating around the bush. See what I'm saying?
Potential black men off to somebody else. And the Nation of Islam got it partly right on this one, partly wrong on this one.
Partly wrong. What's the partly wrong? What's the partly wrong?
I got a lot of respect for the Nation to a certain degree, but this is a little off.
Yeah, you off. You a little off. I got a certain amount of respect for you, Oshay, but with this, you a little off because you don't know what you're talking about. Yet you out here talking and misinforming people, speaking into your own narrative to protect your brother. And I don't say protect him, but protects his image. He ain't even here to be protected no more. You're trying to protect an image of his and what he said. And if you really break it down, a lot of what he said could have been said a lot differently. And since you don't want to address that, stay 10 toes down on what you're talking about. But eventually, you're gonna have to. Somebody gonna put you in a position where you have to answer that question. If you got the balls to do it.
But guys, it's your boy, Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do.
Okay. I never really had no issue with Oshay. I still don't. I mean, I still respect the brother, but he got it wrong. He got it wrong on this one. And he needs to revisit it, in my opinion. But if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. As long as you don't say that, the Nation was is out here promoting black women being delusional, and that's what you actually out here promoting. That is not the case. That is not the case. Can't speak for the church. Maybe another brother who goes to church will speak for the church, but I'm speaking for the Nation. I've been around since 91 or 92. So you can't really talk that junk to me. I've been sitting in front of these people that you reading about. I've been right there in front of them, listening to them talk, being on post with them, being at meetings, being at gang meetings with them, and I done been there with them. I ain't here to brag about me. I'm here to just say I'm somebody who's seen this from the inside out. You looking from the outside, and you ain't even looking in. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Oshay, you want to talk about it? Hit me up, and let's do a live stream about it. I invite you any day, brother, to do a live stream with me. If you got the guts, come on with it. I will discuss this particular issue with you, and we can have a respectful dialogue about it. But respectfully, brother, I disagree with you, and I don't want you to misinform the public and telling them that we in the Nation don't address women's issues and the issues that they're going through today. We do address those issues. We have people that address those issues. And then talking about money. What money? This ain't Black Lives Matter. Ain't nobody buying those. Who in the Nation buying $6 million homes with money from the people? If they buying those kind of homes, it's because they have started some type of business or did some type of thing where they've earned and saved and invested and did their own thing. It ain't because that we taking the people's money and doing it. Mr. Farrakhan live right there in the hood in Chicago. What you talking about? All right. Anyway, man, let me shut it down, man. I ain't making it out to be Farrakhan is no perfect person. I mean, he's not. He's not perfect. But at least he understands that broken people need help. And I can get with that. I can't get with somebody that thinks they perfect and they don't never make no mistake. I can get with somebody that says, hey, I made a lot of mistakes and I'm here now to try to give you some of my wisdom to try to straighten your life out if that's what you want. That I can get with. Anyway, watch the animal that you hitch your wagon to. You might be hitching your wagon to an animal that don't know where he's going, can't understand your commands, and you'll never get where you're trying to get. All right.